Hi guys, welcome to Throwzone.com. This is Mohit Soni and we told you that we'll be driving the Hyundai i20 at our first look review video, which was uploaded at the launch date. What we know now is that the pricing is out, and this is what the car looks like in flesh, in sunlight, right outside in the real world. And as you can see, it's a very sharp design. It's in your face. It's got a lovely grille here. I'm going to be brief about this because we've taken a lot of the pain in getting the first look video out. We've told you every single thing about that in our video, so if you think I missed a couple of features or some aspect, you're definitely going to find in that one. This is going to be brief and also going to be more on the driving part, which you always and are always waiting for. Just a quick walk around. Lovely 16-inch alloy wheels, Z-shape boomerang, almost boomerang shaped tail lamps, the downward rake of the windscreen at the back also looks very impressive. It's a nice touch. You've got aero elements on this car. This entire is one aero element, and you've got these smaller ones here as well. Lovely quarter glass here gives the car a very nice look. You've got this again sort of C shape but very sharp line that is going all the way from here till here, makes it look very edgy. This is the front of the car, very nicely detailed. This white car with the black accents and the lip spoiler, and it's running on the side as well in the side skirt. Very simple plain Jane looking LED DRL. I think something else could have been done, but I think there were restrictions as well with this design. The lights, we don't know as of now. We've not driven them in the night. This is going to be still our first impression in the real world. And yeah, very nice looking car. Definitely looking nice in this white color. It's going to definitely attract a lot of customers in this segment with this color, because it's a premium hatchback, it's a premium car. Premium cars do well in white color, but I think the design is so good, it looks best in the red color that we shot in the studio for our first look video. Now let's get inside the car and I'll start explaining the features. You have keyless entry and go, push button start, traction control, view button for the camera, and yeah, that is the instrument cluster taken from the Hyundai Verna directly. It's right in your face. You can see everything really well. That's the steering wheel, again taken from the Creta, the Venue IMT, and this is the third car in line to get that. Looks very nice, very good to hold. Looks very futuristic and very premium at the same time. This large 10-inch screen, I've told you all the features that it has, and just to give you an idea, it can be split into not 2 but 3. And you've got navigation. There's going to be over-the-air updates, so you don't need to go to the showroom to get any updates done like in the previous past time when we first got the touch screens. We had to go for some updates which the manufacturer provided, but now it's going to be automatic. You just have to do it, sit in the car, and you'll be done with it. You've got a wireless charging pad here. It's got an auto cool function, so it blows air from below here, so to keep the mobile cool. And because the phones do heat up at when the wireless charging is in action. That's the gear lever, that's the air purifier, that's the center armrest. This whole dashboard looks very impressive. Kind of reminds me, these elements of the venting, these lines here remind me of the Ertiga a bit. That's the glove box, cooled, not illuminated, and it's a medium sized one. The screen, I've told you in the past that it is very good. Touch is good. The sound system now comes from Bose. The sound quality is also very good. The infotainment is excellent. You've got a ton of features which I've explained in my first look video, and you've got automatic climate control. You've got this 120 volt charging socket here below, so you can charge multiple devices. You've got a fast charging USB port as well, and you've got cruise control. You've got tire pressure monitoring system. In terms of safety, you're getting 6 airbags, ABS, EBD, traction control along with hill assist, making this car quite a safe thing, along with an SOS button, a towing request button, and the blue link button, which basically you can call and tell them to set a navigation for you while you are driving. You've got leather seats, all black interior in this turbo variant, and yeah, a cup holder, which there's only one cup holder because the other one is occupied by this air purifier. You've got good amount of space to keep some stuff here. You've got blackened out door handles, really impressive. And just to give you an idea of the real world, that's the sunroof. It's an electric unit, it opens. You've got a deflector here as well for the wind, so you can keep it open and there won't be much of wind noise inside the cabin. Let's get in the back. This is the seat pushed all the way back, and I still have enough knee room. I told in my first look video that the space has gone up tremendously by a big margin, and that's a great move by Hyundai. Earlier the i20 was comfortable, but now it's even more comfortable. It now falls in the space of the Altroz and the Baleno. Earlier it was lower than those cars as well, but now it's here. You've got AC vents at the back, you've got fast charging here as well, you've got a pocket here. You don't have a pocket here though, and you've got lights inside the cabin. They are yellow. Hook for your coat, grab handle, and airbags at the same time, which is great. Double headrest, and a very good seating for long drives. You can be very comfortable here because you've got good under thigh support at the back. But I like to mention that the front seats don't have enough under thigh support. They could have been a bit more better in that aspect. Now let's jump to the boot. It has grown in size by 11 liters, and as you can see, it's a nice, very good layout. You can keep a couple of big bags here easily. It's illuminated as well. You've got hooks here and the speaker here as well. You've got this nice way of closing the hatch door, and yeah, I've explained to you the features, I've told you what the design is like, and now let's jump to the driving part. So when it comes to driving the all new Hyundai i20, what we're driving here is the turbo petrol version, which is a 1 liter 3-cylinder motor, making 120 PS of power and 175 Newton meters of torque, and it is mated to a 7-speed DCT that we're driving right now. That's the only gearbox that you're getting with the turbo petrol. And what is the engine is like? Well, to cut short, the gearbox is a tiny bit slow to respond at times. The gearing is tall, turbo lag is slightly evident, but the moment it gets into the zone, and it does that quickly, and when it does that, this car just flies off the shelf. Or you'll have to peek at the speedometer to see whether you're breaking speed limits or not, because this car is very fast. We saw us doing 100 in the 80 zone, 140 in the 120 zone, and we had to back out quickly because you don't realize how effortlessly this car pulls, how easily it pulls, how smoothly it pulls. While obviously you do realize you are doing those speeds only when you are peaking at the speedometer, because the engine refinement is fantastic. Obviously when you floor it, the gearbox takes time and the engine makes a rotty noise, but it's still not enough to completely wake your senses up. It does not have an aftermarket exhaust where it will shake you up, and that's the best part. It's refined and fast, it's fun and easy, and all of that makes this motor a bit lacking on character. It doesn't have the speciality like the TSI has, the character that the TSI has, the booster jet had, and the other turbo petrols that are from other manufacturers. This feels characterless in that aspect. It does everything really well, but it does not evoke emotions. Obviously you're going to feel the speed, there is the thrill, but the engine character is just a bit too tame. And like I said, I explained you how the gearbox works. When it comes to shifting, up and down shifts are quite smooth. You barely notice them even when you are downshifting from a very high speed, upshifting at very high speed or low speed. I think Honda has done a terrific job in that aspect of getting the gear shifts absolutely seamless. And the efficiency, well, we are getting 8 to 9 kilometers. You can expect 10 to 11 if you drive really well, and if you are a guy who does not explore much but wants it for the efficiency and the mid-range, you can expect 11 to 12 kilometers per liter as well. In the city you can get even more on the highway. Honda is claiming 20 kilometers per liter, and you can expect it to deliver 16-17 while cruising at 120 kilometers an hour. And what's it like to drive? How is it on the twisties? The steering, the feedback has gotten better, but it's still not the best. It's light, it's precise, so everyday duties are going to be hassle-free. It weighs up on the highway quite well than before. I think Honda is working slowly and steadily on the steering part. Brakes, I think this version should have gotten disc brakes at the back. Pedal bite is good, could have been better, but braking performance in that aspect is okay. I think i20 deserves to get those discs at the back, which it got previously. And Body roll, it's evident, but it's extremely well controlled. It's far more better than before. Ride quality at slow to medium speeds is great. It deals with them with very high maturity. But bigger bumps and this suspension setup with 16-inch wheels does make it crash a bit hard, and it does send a thud inside the cabin. But overall, most of the time you're going to be very happy with this car in terms of ride and handling, ride quality, and the way the steering behaves. I think that is it. That is what the i20 is all about, inside, outside, and to drive. And we'll drive the diesel and the naturally aspirated petrol. So stay tuned, stay subscribed to our channel, and we'll leave more information in the description below. If you still have some comments, put it in the comment section. Like this video, hit that notification bell, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.